Hello, last person. How old are you?
I'm 31.
31. Any children?
Nope.
Single or married?
Uh, Not married.
All right. What do you think about sharing a man over 35?
I'm not for it.
Okay.
I'm not for it because if you want to, how can I say this? Start a relationship off, being monogamous, and then you step out, like being transparent in that, I think it's just like,
Who said anything about deception? I'm saying you fully well know that you are going to be number two, three, or four. Up front. No chasing.
no, the transparency is awesome, but no,
Then what's the option? What's the alternative?
to seek a better suited partner, maybe.
I'm asking
If,
you, man. Okay.
or okay, for me,
Okay. All right. So do you want to be married?
yes.
You want children?
Yes.
How many?
Three max.
Uh, Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills for the family and household and carry substantial financial responsibility for the family?
If I have to, yes, but initially,
Do you want to? Please try to answer the questions the way I'm asking, not the way you want to. They're phrased the way they are for a reason.
okay, no.
What percentage of our family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? You want your kids to be able to go to college?
Yes.
Would you like to travel domestically and internationally with your family?
Yes.
Okay. What state do you live in?
California.
California. How much would a annual income would a family need to make to have three children? Because your children that you just described are roughly $500,000 each. So $1.5 million with the kids in California with college and travel. About how much annual income would a family need to make?
Definitely over 1 million.
All right. And do you care what race do you prefer your husband to be?
Black.
Okay. What percentage of black men make over $1 million?
I have no clue, Kevin. Not especially not in California.
Just
Not at
guess.
7 to 10%, probably.
They talk about a tenth of a percent. And you said 7 to 10%. 10% of men earn $100,000 or more. And I want you to understand, man, a millionaire. How tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
8.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
153.
Okay. Last question. Fresh face out of the shower, just your natural look. What would you rank your face alone on a scale from 1 to 10 and you can't eat 7?
With no lashes, I would say a 6.
Okay. That's cute. So that's on the bell curve, average is right about a 5, a 6 is top 40%. Okay. So why would a woman who's in the top 40% get a 1/10 of a percent man and then get monogamy? Make the math make sense.
But I think
40%,
what
40%, and he's in 1/10 of a percent, not 1%. So he's like 400 times, it's like 400, 4,000, yeah, 1/10 of a percent. And 40%, he's in a tenth of a percent. Okay? So there are roughly about 125,000 black men who fit that category, $1 million, single. Okay? And do you think they have a lot of options?
oh, they have a plethora of options.
So when have men anywhere in the world, any monetary system, any system of government, any system in recorded history where men have been in the top 1%, right below the monarchy, they have been royalty. When have men in that category ever been strictly monogamous?
That I don't know. I would definitely love to. Definitely would need to like look into that.
What do you,
But
what
can
do
I
you,
just
what do you
get to a
think? Yeah, go ahead. What do you think though?
question? I don't. I don't want to say all of them had multiple wives. I'm sure a good majority of them
I didn't
did,
say
but
multiple wives. I said strictly monogamous.
oh, I don't. A small. I wouldn't even say more than three. I
No,
don't. I don't.
none.
I guess.
None. The royalty, men in royalty have mistresses. You're familiar with the term concubine,
Hmm.
harem,
Hmm.
bastard. These are kids who were born out of wedlock. Okay? Men at the top have never been strictly monogamous as the rule.
Okay, I have two questions.
Go ahead.
So, is this something that the 20 to 40-year-old woman has to accept because this is what today's previous society and today's society has to accept? And then my second question is, you said, what do you rate yourself 1 to 10 fresh out of the shower? So personality has no play into
Nope.
that. I'm just trying.
No. No. Men,
Okay.
we're visual. We don't care about your personality until we want to fuck you. And then we don't even have to care. Absolutely not. And ma'am, the fact that you asked that question is kind of disturbing because you got to understand how men think. You said, what
I'm
about
just
20 to
yeah.
40? And that's cool, but that's one of the problems with the in the West. We have had to know y'all. Y'all don't know shit about us. We're foreign to you guys. Y'all don't understand who we are, how we think, how we move, and you keep putting more demands on us that aren't even in line with who we are. That's why y'all keep asking us to be nice and friendly and in touch with our feelings. That ain't who the fuck we are. But you said women 20 to 40. Is that something that they have to accept because women in the past accepted that? No, it's something you got to accept if you want a man in that category because they're exceedingly rare. Because I'm going to ask you a question. If you were a top 1/10% woman, would you accept an average man?
If
Boom.
he if he loved me and was all
Bullshit.
about me, and said,
Bullshit.
oh yes, this woman might be visual too, but if
Bullshit.
my eyes are
See,
only on you,
this is
then
it
yeah.
right here, people. It's bullshit. You would not. It's not, ma'am. You wouldn't, ma'am. If you're a top 1/10% woman, you wouldn't. Sure, if you read Disney fantasies and everything else to where if you actually, you wouldn't even be floating in the same circles with these dudes. It wouldn't even have a chance to happen. He couldn't even understand your lifestyle. And if you're not going to be real, why are we having a conversation? Top 1/10% woman. When did they ever date the guy first shift at the plant? When does it ever really happen?
Um, I'm sure it had. I mean,
It,
I don't know
ma'am, is
everyone.
it the norm? I don't care about anecdotal and one-offs.
I
Can
don't
you be
know.
grown
I
ups?
don't know. Top one
Okay.
percent woman, the snotty woman. She has her nose in the air.
It
She's
has
not
not to
looking.
be snowdy woman, man. Man, you the one that said you want to have $1.5 million worth of kids, and the man will need to make $1 million to live the lifestyle. You sound like the snooty woman. It's with nose in the air. That's not a normal lifestyle. That is an upper lifestyle. What kind of professions would a man need to have to make that kind of money legally that are not athletics, entertainment, or music?
Healthcare. Healthcare is really big.
Title,
What, like a CEO or just being
profession,
upper?
specific title.
Being like what was it? I don't know. I don't know, but just being in
Man,
some type of
understand something. Listen, don't talk. I want you to listen. This is what you want. This is what you would like from a man in his income. And you can't even identify what his job would be. Then how are you going to be in the same circles with him?
well, you excluded out certain categories, so it's to be thinking off the top of my head. I wasn't just like a list of professions that I'm just suiting after. No, not at
But then
all.
how
But
the hell are you going to get him? See, this is what women who are serious about mating, they understand that I need a man. I want a certain kind of lifestyle and only certain kind of professions pay those kind of incomes in general. So when you talk, that's what I'm asking. If you're the top 1% woman, you've already made her snooty. I don't know. She's just not, she's going to mate with somebody on her level. But see, the question I'm asking though, man, is why would a man or a woman with top 1/10% options settle for some? Why could an average person demand they be monogamous?
can I?
Go ahead. I'm asking when can they demand they'll be monogamous?
But isn't that kind of like a respect, like self-respect thing?
Nope.
Like
You guys
I
have
have
made this shit about self-respect.
self.
This is not about self-respect. This is about who men and males and females are. You guys have made it disrespectful. You'll know what he's doing. Up front, he'll tell you, you're the wife, she's the mistress, she's the side chick. That's my executive assistant. Y'all all need to get to know one another. Just like Future and his 8 baby mamas, they all know one another. It's not self-respect. The top men have always had multiple mating opportunities. The question is, why do women who are firmly in the middle, average at best, think they can get a top 1% man and then have the nerve to talk that he should be monogamous? When does it ever happen?
I'm sure it happens just on how some
You
I
can be
can't speak
so
on
sure. Give me
for
some. You can be so sure, but you can't tell me when. Ma'am, you're not sure. You hope it happens. You've heard about this in Disney and Hallmark, but in as the norm, ma'am. Where point to some place where you know you can verify. We're adults, right? I don't want to talk about probability versus possibility. I don't want to talk about possible, probable. Where is it likely been probable that an average woman can get a 0.1% man and demand monogamy?
I don't think anywhere, especially if love does not have anything to do with it.
What, marriage at
And
that level ain't got shit to do with love, baby girl. Marriage ain't really about love anyway. Love is one of the problems we have right now. You guys live in these fantasy worlds where you go on your feelings and vibe, and that ain't what it's about. It's about mate choice. It is about family. It's about utility, pragmatism. What's love got to do with it? That's why the black community is in the shambles that it is, because y'all go on y'all's vibes and feelings. But at the end of the day, man, you want 3 children. You don't want to have to really pay any bills. That's cool. You want to be able to live a life to where did you travel internationally when you were a kid?
no,
Did your mother and father pay for college full ride?
no.
Okay. Did your grandparents do any of that stuff? Your grandmother do any of that stuff?
I didn't travel internationally until I was
But
like a
mom
young.
saying, did your grandmother travel internationally? Did she pay for your mother's college?
I believe she paid for her college, but my
Okay,
grandma
ma'am,
also.
then why there's a woman who came from women who had to work and live normal lives? Why do y'all all of a sudden think y'all can go from here to way up here in one generation?
Mm, I could definitely gain an understanding of that statement. Me personally, my mom was married. My grandmother, she's married too, and my grandmother was taken care of.
Okay, but
My
man, I
was
didn't say taken care of. I'm talking about they were here, and you're talking about way up here. Could you marry a man who's average, making average money, $42,500, and have him 3 kids?
yes, and I would have to contribute as well,
Yeah,
like
like
put in.
the women used to.
Mm.
Most women, 75% of mothers work full or part time in this country. But what I want you to understand is so many women, especially in our women, don't want to work. And here's where, and again, it's no judgment, but I got to ask, okay, let's say I put you in a room with these kind of men and they were looking to marry. Um, I think they should get something for what they're offering, right? What would be your pitch? All right, in exchange for the resources, access, and things you provide, this is what I would bring to the table. What would that be? Some high level.
Okay, give me a second. I'm thinking about that. I don't want to sound stupid saying this.
Okay. It's
What
fair.
would I say? What would I pitch? What would I pitch to a?
Yeah, because I mean, because you're making it, you're having a conversation. Oh, he's the kind of man. He's on that level. Okay, cool. Well, if I were to be with a man like you, this is what he can expect to have from me as a wife. This is what I bring of value to the table.
Daily cooking and cleaning, bringing assets to the table as well. Like I'm not coming to the table empty-handed. I'm also bringing a plate and a couple of things extra to the table as well. Like I'm not just coming to the table with my hand out, not just having a peace of
Do you have any
mind,
student
but
loan debt?
no.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead. Assets, cooking and cleaning.
I said peace of mind as well.
How old are you again?
31.
Okay. Asset, peace of mind.
Love and affection.
So,
Good conversation.
what is different about what you bring to the table in that scenario than a woman would bring to the average man? Cooking and cleaning, she had to cook and clean for herself. A single woman has to cook and clean. She has to take care of herself before she's there. It's okay. So how women can cook and clean supposedly. So all right. So we can knock that one off. Nothing really special. It can be done, but not really special. Um, Assets. Due respect. He's gonna be making that kind of money. Whatever assets, it's kind of like tip. It's not gonna be that massive, but still not. I mean, not insignificant, but he's gonna be the asset. And then peace of mind. That's subjective. We can't know that. And he'd have to take you on first to find that out. So if what you were going for is a job and that was your interview, do you think they would hire you? Because they have to basically they just have to hire you and say, well, peace of mind, we don't know. We just got to look at her cooking and cleaning, which is pretty much standard, and her assets. She brought in a plate. Okay.
Can I add also just open mind, willing to listen?
Yeah, but they have to hire you first. You'd have to hire you first.
Okay. Okay.
See, what I'm trying to get you to understand is what you want is very high, and what you offer is very common. I can cook and clean. Okay. Guess what? Men had to learn how to cook and clean too because we don't have wives. And I'll be honest, most women don't know how to really cook that well. They cook to subsist. But maybe you're different. But do you think that's worth, if you had to put it on the table and say, he's a millionaire, and this is what I'm bringing, do you see a disparity in the value there?
Yes, I can recognize that.
All right. So, would you be offering a fair deal, value for value?
No, because my bank isn't as big as.
Right. So if you're not offering a fair deal, value for value, what should be done with the difference in the values? Because you're obviously gaining from his value and he's not getting a fair deal. What should we do to balance the scale to make the values line up?
For me personally, step my game up.
No. You're already where you are. You're already where you are. Stepping your game up, even if you stepped it up to the highest it's going to be, it's going to be exponentially lower than where he's doing. This is why I'm saying that if you want a man that's a 0.1% man, do you make room for the fact that if a man like that were to marry you, you would have scored, you'd have won the Olympics, and whatever he decided to do, you should really give a shit about because you've already won. And that's what I'm trying to get you ladies to understand. Why do y'all gotta have everything? Why can't you just get a man, if a man is honestly up there and he would have married you, you got it made. But you gotta have everything? Monogamy too? And all he's getting is cooking and cleaning on the side plate?
Can I ask a question? So for a man, and I understand today's society, so for a man to be a multi-million-dollar owner, I mean, yeah, have a good net worth and, whatever he brings to the table, all of that, it's okay for him to have 2 or 3 on the side and still have his wife. That's okay. Like I get in today's society, like a woman, obviously.
Is that a question or what's the question?
Obviously we lose our value, but like, why is society like that? Like, why do
it's not society. It's always been that way, man. Your value is tied to your youth, your womb, your chastity. That's how it always has been. Argue with the creator. The problem is today, the problem is women today want to have the double standards that you guys take advantage of in the sexual marketplace, and then you want subjective equality. You want to be able to go be the CEO, but you don't want to do the dangerous ditch digging jobs. But do you want to put in the work? And the thing is, what you and women like yourself, you want to bring what you bring to the sexual marketplace, and you want to exchange it for a multimillionaire when it's worth 45,000 annual. And I'm like, why do you not see that y'all like $45,000? Why do y'all get million? Because I'm special, because of my mind, my peace of mind. It's like, well, and these men, honestly, these men sit back and listen to this stuff, and they're like, these women, I can't mate with this woman. She didn't even know how special or rare I am. And you know what happens? I mean, this is what happens far too often when something like this does happen. Women get with men like that, and then they start treating this 1% man like he's an average dude. Nitpicking and saying this and that. Do you not realize you married to a top 1% man? No, I don't like the way he did. Please. If you were, if we had to, before we industrialized the world, back when we were a grand society, when we had to work and earn to just get enough food and water to live, just for basic safety. If a noble lord or a knight or a duke or earl came along and plucked you out of the field and put you in a castle, you wouldn't be saying, well, if you ain't gonna be faithful to me, I'm gonna go back and live in the hut with my daddy. You'd stick your ass up in the castle and shut the fuck up. Real talk. You know you would. And this is the honest, y'all know these things, man, but you've been told you can have it all. And here's what men don't like. There never seems to be enough for women today. Y'all always want more and more and more. You honestly said, and I thank you, $1 million. That's what a man would need to make. And you didn't bat an eye. Man, do you make $1 million?
No, I don't make $1 million, but I definitely will one day.
What's your profession again?
I I work a 9 to 5 job, but I have my own business too.
What's your profession?
I don't know what to tell you, Kevin, because I know you're gonna drive.
I'm just asking, man.
But like I'm a banker.
Okay. But what's the business on the side?
Cosmetology.
I don't laugh at people who work, man. I'm just asking what it is. Work is work. I respect work. But I want you to ask yourself a question, really. Where in the history of the world the women who were middle class, who came from solid middle class roots, who have a solid middle class upbringing, and who have average to above average schooling and education and things like that, have $1 million dreams and expect $1 million outcomes in their lifetime? If your man was working at banking and he had cosmetology, barber, and all this other kind of stuff, and he said, I would be a millionaire one day, he'd be like, sounds good. What are the steps? And why do you plan, and how do you plan on becoming a millionaire and a wife and a mother of 3? What?
I mean, well, that's why I guess that's why I am where I am now. I don't have kids. I did not.
You don't have $1 million potential either. Your resume is not $1 million resume. And it's no shot, man, but that's my point. And see, I'm saying that because
No, I'm really listening. I'm taking this
I
on.
think it's sad that women are so taken with the Instagram. It's possible to become a millionaire when ultimately you want to be a housewife. Because I asked you, do you want to be married? Yeah. How many kids? 3. Do you want to be a mother of 3 or do you want to be a millionaire? Which one do you want more? You can only have one.
That's kind of hard.
No, that's not hard. Which one do you want? Wife, mother of 3, or millionaire? You can only have one.
Wife, mother of 3, or a millionaire?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
If I'm
actually,
a
wife, mother of 3, or a shot at being a millionaire. A shot at being a millionaire.
a shot at being a millionaire, I'll take being a mother of three. Because if I'm a wife, I'm gonna get cheated on. The million is not for sure, so I'll take the three.
See, I want you to understand how you automatically went to the negative. How about if I'm a wife, I actually have a life. I have a husband and children and a family and a community and all those other things. You went automatically to the negative shit. Y'all are fucked up. Y'all don't look at things the right way. Y'all are like, damn, it's all negative. This is why this is masculine. This is why so many modern women, y'all can't relax, because you're always looking at relationships in negative terms. He's cheating on me and this and that. Other than the fact of, damn, today I'm single and I work at a bank and I have my cosmetology. And right now, if nothing changes, this is all I have to look forward to the rest of my life. This is it. This is as good as it gets. I got to work and work and work and work. And I'm going to get older, get more tired, and my options are going to get less and less and less for a marriage or relate. Kids will turn off eventually because of biology. But life starts to close doors and starts taking stuff from you the more you age. And instead of saying, you know what? I gained a husband, and from this I got 3 children. Then I have my kids and that interaction and all that. I have holidays and networks and this and that. Da, 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 da. It's about this elusive money and this and that. And you don't even want this shit. You want that. But instead of focusing on becoming the woman that can attract the kind of man that can do that and having that outcome, this is what's been pushed to modern women. Cosmopolitan sold it to you in the 60s. It's called the cosmopolitan lifestyle. This is why so many women, 1 in 4 women, are on some sort of psych med, because you're not built to do this. Women are not designed to oppose the environment. You're designed to be a helpmeet. But they have made women, especially black women, turn your back on femininity by calling it weak. And you gotta be strong. No, you should be weak and feminine and safe and protected and cared for, and having the most important thing, to put the next group of people into the world. But instead, you're an employee, you're a boss chick, independent, you made a paycheck. You die and it stops at you. Who made money off of that? The people over there living like that. The people over there living like that. That's why when Cam Newton said what he did, I saw all these folks coming out, especially white people. He talked about the bad bitches and this and that. You know, same breath. It's like, whoa, I can't understand why he said that. White guy didn't turn out of his mouth. Well, I come from a traditional family, because you understand the value of family. You don't need $1 million if you have a full life. How many millionaires self-delete? How many millionaires are miserable? And I say you can't pick. I'm thinking that's an easy choice. People. Better than this. Think about it. If you got people, I mean, honestly, I'm going to say this and I believe. Women were taught that men owe you everything. And we got to give you all of us. And that's never what we owe you. We don't owe you nothing. We don't owe you nothing except this. You're our helpmate. My job is not to entertain you. Your job is to help me. And what's the reward? With us, you get family. You get my family, you get our kids. That's where you put your energy. That's what takes your time. I got to go out and be on my purpose. You over here, and we come together, and we have more. So when the kids go off and you're an empty nester, you see the kids develop, you get grandkids and everything else, and things to make your lives. We look at women in the Middle East and places like that, and modern women and women in the West, like, oh, those women are so oppressed. Those women don't envy y'all. I'm like, why do I need to be independent so I can just work a full-time job and live paycheck to paycheck? It's not like y'all living glamorous lives. You're living alone. 2019, marriage filings were up in every community except the black community. They were down. Because when coronavirus happened, people started recognizing, you know what? Fuck this shit. Family, relationships are what it's about. That's why we had the Great Resignation. 25 million people quit their job in the last 2 months of 2021. The Great She-Cession. More women left the workforce in 2021, except black women. You can't leave because you don't have a man. Wow. So if women continue to leave the workforce, what's going to happen? Wages are going to go up for the men because you're going to decrease the amount of labor. That's the reason wages have been flat, because women are in the workplace. If women weren't back into the homes or whatever, they don't like that word, but if women were not in the workplace, you halve or decrease the amount of workers, the average wage goes up. Like companies right now are looking to hire people because they don't have enough, right? What are they doing? Increasing pay to get people to work.
Mhm.
It's economics. So, and what are women doing? If women, but here's the thing, if women are leaving the workplace and taking their skills and starting home-based businesses, homeschooling, or whatever, they're taking the money that they were making, reinvesting into the family, investing into the kids. So what is the workplace going to look like if women are starting to leave to be at home? You're going to have men and unattached women. How's that going to look? You go into the workplace, all these different men and black women. That's pretty goddamn.
Funny.
But who's making money off of it?
The white again.
But y'all did it. You want to be independent. You don't need no man. You strong. You're not your enemy. Every
It
other
just
woman,
I
every
never
other woman seems to realize that you're better off with your man,
understand.
and you don't need a millionaire. Average will do. Average men got your family and you to where you are right now.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Then why don't you get another average man and keep the family tradition going? Because I deserve a millionaire. Because I got millionaire dreams.
I don't I do have $1 million dreams. That's very true, but I don't feel like, oh, I deserve a millionaire, but like would I like for my man to become a millionaire and exceed all his potential? Of course. Of course.
That shit's supposed to sound good. All I hear is pathetic. Let me tell you why. Why do you have $1 million dreams? What do you want to do with this money?
I just want to, because I've worked since I was 18. I've worked multiple jobs for period, like 2 jobs. Like I said, I live in Southern California, so it is very expensive. I've definitely maintained.
What are you doing with the, what do you want to do with the money? What's the
I want to ultimately just create generational wealth. I want to be able to start a
Stop right
business.
there. Stop right there. How do you have wealth without the generations?
Well, the kids will come.
Stop. Y'all want money, and money is just a tool. If I gave the money, you don't have the man of the generations. And with you, it ends. You don't need the millions. You need the man.
Okay.
You've been told you need the money, and I'm like, what do you need the money for? And that's where I knew you don't have a plan. I just want money because it feels like freedom and security and options alone. How many millionaire black women out there who are in industry unmarried?
Maybe not even half. Maybe about half. I don't
In the
know for sure.
music? Do you think most women are married in entertainment?
Use in the entertainment industry, definitely less than half.
And they got money?
But I definitely agree with you. Money is definitely a tool. Money does not buy you happiness. No,
But that's what we say, but that's what so many women are preoccupied with. It's not money, it's a lifestyle. Y'all have been sold, you've been marketed to. It's propaganda. You've been marketed to that this is what success looks like. What success looks like was your mama and daddy, your grandmama, and your great grandparents. That's what success looks like. Go back to your family photo album and go back and look at the generations. Your mother and father, if they were married, were they?
yes.
Your grandparents are married. Your great grandparents are married. Probably 1965 was married at a rate of 80%. So back prior to the 50s, all you see is married couples. That slave-looking black man and that black woman, or maybe the higher. But all you saw was kids and this and that. They didn't have car. I mean, meager surroundings, but they had family. Then all of a sudden you come to 1970, boom, what you start seeing, mama, kid, mama, kid, mama, kid. Where's the daddy? He ain't there. Why? different program. Now, 80% of our kids are born out of wedlock. You go out to a restaurant on the weekends, you see couples of families, you see Black, you see Hispanic, Middle Eastern, Asian, other folks, you see a balance of men and women and children. Pay attention when you see Black people out. Women,
Together,
kids.
as groups, yeah.
Women and kids, no husbands, no wedding rings. Generational wealth is the family. It's what we pass down. It's what you remember. Do you remember your grandparents well?
Yeah, they're still alive.
Okay. When they go on to glory, are you think you're gonna miss their money, or you're gonna miss what they brought to your life?
No, I'm gonna miss what they brought to my life.
And that ain't money. That's generational wealth. That's legacy. Not their bank account. Not shit, stuff. But that's what women see. Women today don't want to share a man, but you'll give up your legacy. You have been convinced that sharing a man is worse than giving up your legacy. And I'm gonna say this, and I think it's funny. I think it's funny that we are one of the most accepting people. Black folks, we accept everybody. We accept when the LGBT community came along. Black folks have always been accepting. Women are more accepting of alternative lifestyle than sharing a man. When you know what creates legacy, men and family.
Can I just say fun? I think in sharing a man, transparency is key in that. If you're going to have your solid relationship with someone, you've been married, you guys been together for a while, got married, maybe there are no kids yet, or if there are kids, whatever the case is, but being transparent in that is, I think, just being courteous, or just
most definitely
a person like, yes, I love you, but I want to date other
people. No lying, no sneaking. No, none of this stuff is. And here's the funny thing: most men just want to know that their women value them enough to know that they could. Most men don't. Y'all are really arguing. It's funny. Y'all really are arguing against the concept that most men really wouldn't exercise, but they want to know the fact that you recognize that you are fortunate to have this man at home, and he didn't move and act like I'm fortunate. And he could do this, and the fact that y'all had the conversation up front, yeah, all right, well, I could go out to a World Girls House, but let's watch American Gangster and order some Chinese. That ain't what we really do. Black men are some of the best mates on the planet. We listen to y'all. I think that sadly, Black women don't realize the wealth that you have in Black men until white women's come for them. Then you want to fight for him. He was yours. He was yours when you were young. Did you choose him, or did you choose your career? And that's what you give up, the legacy. So good conversation, though. Good conversation. Have a good one, man.
You too, Kevin.
Bye-bye.